The great Bobby Belt.
RJ Choppy here. I'm back, baby.
I watch more football than you do.
We'll see about that one. Mel Kiper, who is, he nailed the Tyler Smith a couple of years ago. He was the only one that had it.
Yep.
Well, he came out with his mock draft, and he comes out with one, basically once a week. So his first prediction that he had, I was like, all right, let's see. Let's see where he's going to have Ashton Jeanty. Because that is the object of my affection right now.
I can't believe it. The new year, 2025 Chop, down with drafting a running back in the first. I'm shocked.
I said I was going for Toxic Ralph this year. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing more toxic masculinity than power football. Okay, that's what we're going with. Down with the quarterback. I killed the running back. I'm going to kill the quarterback this year. No, I think that it's a solid. The running back is Did
Rico not prove kind of your point? I mean, we'll get into the bigger Saquon discussion, but Rico had a really nice year. He's a nobody.
He did, but that's true. That's true. But I'd rather draft a running back higher than pay one later, because you're getting him at 22 years old. You know what I mean? I'd rather that's the years that you want the running back, and the running back can be the over the top guy. If you're a good team and you need to finish it off,
yeah,
then the running back can be a good spot to get. But at number 12, and I would not have an issue with this position. But he has them going wide receiver with Luther Burton from Missouri.
That name keeps popping up over and over and over. I think Brugler had that in his latest one.
Yeah, he says, now I think the Cowboys and Jeanty is a real possibility. But they also, and they need to boost the run game, but I'd imagine they'd first try to fix that hole in free agency. Ugh, hope not. And regardless, this team's got to find playmakers all over anyway. Putting Burton's valuable after the catchability opposite CeeDee Lamb would open things up for Dak. Dak's been looking for a reliable 1-2 receiver punch in the offense anyway. It hasn't had two receivers over 700 yards since 2021, when Amari Cooper was still in town. And Luther Burton has the explosive traits to change that. We've talked about this with Bobby, where he's kind of scared of the after-the-catch guy. If your biggest trait is after the catch in college, you might not be able to break those same tackles in the NFL where you've got top-tier athletes all over the place.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. So
he said Burton is a guy that he likes, but he would be pretty upset if they took Burton over Jeanty. Jeanty is Bobby's second best player in the draft right now.
Woo! He's really good.
Two on the big board.
He's really good. Now, he's on the board when they select. So where does he wind up going? So after the Cowboys pick, you have Miami at 13. No. You have Indianapolis at 14. They don't take him. You have Atlanta at 15. They don't take him. Arizona, nope. Cincy, nope. Imagine Cincy if I'm Cincinnati.
Yeah, but they got that nice replacement
for Mixon. Yeah.
What's the name of that? Was it Chase Brown?
Chase Brown, yep.
Chase Brown, man, he came on.
Seattle, they don't take him. Tampa, nope. And he winds up falling to 20 at Denver. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
So that's Kiper with Jeanty to 20.
Jeanty at 20, yep. Right. I'm trying to think. There's nobody else.
Now, you would be okay with them taking a wide receiver over Jeanty. You love wide receivers.
I do love wide receivers. It depends on which one. I actually, I think I like Igbuka from Ohio State better than Bird, but I've also seen him more. I've also seen him a lot more. If you want to go with Jeanty, I'm not going to fight it. I think he's a top-notch player, but you also need offensive line.
Need a lot.
This team needs a lot. My biggest question with taking Jeanty is, are they good enough for him to matter?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If let's try to think of a team.
I'm still thinking of them as probably right now a 9 or 10 win team.
Okay. Detroit doesn't need a running back.
But here's the problem with that. I know where you're going. We messed up. We need to call ourselves out. We made fun of the Detroit Lions for taking Jahmyr Gibbs. We made fun. Remember, you hated their entire draft that they had.
Yeah, they took Campbell, the linebacker, that year.
Yeah.
And they took Laporta, which was good.
Yeah, we made fun of the Atlanta Falcons for taking Bijan. Falcons were in playoff contention until Kirk Cousins melted down. So when we think a team can't be close, bam, quickly it happens in the NFL. If Washington would have taken Bijan, 2 years ago, or Jeanty last year, or Jahmyr Gibbs last year, we would have made fun of them. You're not close. Bam, NFC Championship game. So our timing of where we think these organizations are going to be, I think we need to correct that when teams take backs now.
Yeah, I think the mistake you would make is if you take a back before your quarterback. Like if you have a quarterback, you could take the running back because you don't have to worry about the most important position. You can start worrying about, hey, let's do other things that we can. So a team like Tennessee, if Tennessee took a running back, it's like what are we doing here?
Right.
What are you doing here? You're not close. By the time you're
But
good.
Atlanta didn't have a quarterback, right? When they took Bijan, did they? They didn't have Cousins or Penix.
Who do they have? I also don't know.
It was like Mariota and who was the third round kid that they had? I think.
Yeah, but they also didn't have anybody available, right? There was no at the time. I think that year. Let me go back to that draft. That was the 23 draft.
I mean, they didn't have a quarterback. They were in a "what are you doing" situation, and they had a chance to win the South this year, or at least make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So the quarterbacks that year that were taken, you had Stroud, Richardson, and Bryce Young. They were all taken in the top 4. The next quarterback would have been.
Well, it doesn't mean you don't have to take a running back.
No, you don't.
A positional value in the draft, we still had running back way down on the list. You draft another defensive player, or lineman, anything.
They passed on Jalen Carter. Like Philadelphia. See, that'd be interesting. Philadelphia, if they had fallen to them, would they have taken Bijan last year? Who knows? Gibbs on the board, too. But, yeah, if you don't have a quarterback, I don't know, probably generally don't take the running back yet.
877-881-1053. So who else does Kuiper have at the top?
At the top of the draft, right off the bat, it's going to be quarterback, and it is. It's Cam Ward. Cam Ward at 1. And then he has Travis Hunter going to Cleveland at 2. And then Shador going 3rd to the Giants. Abdul Carter 4th to New England. Mason Graham, Tet McMillan to the Raiders. Michael Williams to the Jets. Will Johnson, the corner, going to the Saints. Will Campbell going to the Bears, the tackle.
Okay. Daniel Jeremiah got a little spicy with his first mock draft. Bobby respects him, says he's very well connected across the league, but he got interesting here. The Titans do not select a quarterback with the first pick. They don't even take Travis Hunter.
They take Abdul Carter?
Yep. Micah Parsons 2.0 question mark, leaving the Browns to take Hunter at 2, before the Giants finally get Cam Ward at 3. Shador at number 6 to the Raiders.
Well, all right. That's surprising. Now, are they saying that Tennessee is liking Will Levis and they don't want to get another quarterback? Okay. If they like him, that's fine. But he was bad enough to get you the number 1 pick. Doesn't that tell you something?
Yeah, it seems like that coach, has some legit disgust and hatred for Levis.
Yeah.
As well.
Because he hates mayo. He hates mayonnaise. So, and then are the Browns really going to dig their heels into the Deshaun Watson contract?
Can you imagine, though, if the Giants get Cam Ward, if people think he is the best quarterback?
I mean, you get Cam. Now you're going to have a situation where maybe the Cowboys have, they would not have the worst quarterback in the division, right? Because we don't know what Jaden Dales is going to be in 2 or 3 years. But the Giants become a scary team.
The Cowboys at 12 would get the running back. Ashton Jeanty, according to Daniel Jeremiah. Here's what he said. I know I'm not the first to make this connection, and I'm sure I won't be the last. Jeanty is one of the more enjoyable players to study in this class. He has elite vision and balance, offering a massive upgrade in Dallas. So there it is.
He's fantastic.
Bobby said I would be elated. I would be elated with Jeanty to 12.
I don't even care if it's the right pick. I don't even care if it's. I just want the excitement. I need excitement right now.
I know.
I got. I'm very. I don't know what I don't know.
Nonplussed?
Yeah. I'm not. Am I even looking forward to football season now? Am I even looking forward to camp?
Let me get you excited.
All right, give me excited.
And it has to do with draft prospects.
Oh, baby.
John Gruden.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 2 of the Fired Football Coaches Association. He's bringing in these college kids.
Wait, is that really what it's called, the Fired Football?
Yeah, the FFCA. Here's an episode 2 preview. Peyton, I hope you hit the bleeps.
Don't be dancing around in there like you're at the club on Saturday night. You could reach across the table and choke me, punch me in the face. Just punch me right in the face. Who's first in line? If they didn't put fences around the field in Pittsburgh, he would have run into the street and got killed. I didn't have any luck trading for Steeler guys, but I sure liked them, man. Hey, Brett, get your head out of your ass. Come on, we're dragging ass, Brett. God dang it, Brett. Hey, how much money did you get in the NIL process? Hey, let's transfer at halftime. Hey, Ollie! Air out your bucket split! Reefer!
Well, baby, that's smoking doobie here.
Don't be rounding off here like a blind man looking for the outhouse in the fall. What the hell are you doing? What are you looking at? Come off the f***ing ball! That's Chucky right there.
Last guy to get this gets punched in the nuts.
Who'd you run it against? When did you see it? I want to see it right now.
They're in your house, man, with guns and weapons.
One on his sternum, one on his bicep. Get rid of that That guy, get rid of that son of a bitch.
How good is this?
Dude.
It's amazing. I can listen to him all day. There's one more. The difference between players and players.
There's players and playas. What's the difference?
You tell me.
Players are at the Senior Bowl. Real players. Right. Guys that don't bull, man. This is guys that'll play for nothing. These are damn pros, man. Players. A playa, he goes with me down to the club at night. You know, he don't give a shit about, you know what I'm saying? He likes what football gives him. He ain't a player. I'm a player, man. I'm a player. I'm business. In the meeting room, practice field, I'm the real deal. Just remember that. Playa. I'm looking for players. I'm trying to get them off my draft board. I've been burned by a couple guys that fooled me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I fall in love with the talent. And I drafted a player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good analogy, isn't it?
Right.
And you have some on your team.
Yeah.
We got a 5-star guy. He's #1 man in the whole world. We got this great 5-star. He's a player, man.
Yeah.
You got some 2 or 3-star guy. He works his ass off, and by the time he becomes a sophomore or junior, he's 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
And he got 5-star character too.
How good is that?
He's amazing. He's amazing. I would like to see the amount of teams that actually do take guys off their draft board because they perceive that they don't love. They're just in it. They like what football gives them. They don't like football. I do wonder how many teams actually take those guys off their board altogether. Or silly measurables. Just based on a height. Oh, he's only 6'1".
Yeah.
He can't play.